Hello, welcome to Kinsey Tutoring Services. I'm your head tutor, Jeremiah Kinsey, and on this video, we'll be discussing multiplying and dividing exponents with same basis but also different basis. So I'm going to share my screen, and we'll just do a couple of problems. All right. So one thing we're going to make sure is when we do this that our answers are only going to contain positive exponents. And you'll see a couple of examples that where we'll have to simplify even more to make those exponents a positive number instead of a negative number. So as we're doing these problems, just keep in your mind no positive, only positive exponents, no negative exponents. So the first problem will be 2 to the negative 3 all over 2 squared. Okay. So when you have two two exponents with the same base, and this is division. So with division, we're going to subtract the exponents, right? So what we do is we bring over our equal sign. We keep that same base, right? Negative 3 minus 2. I'm going to give you a little minute. Okay, perfect. Negative 5, right? Okay, what does the example say? Your answer should only contain positive exponents, right? Only positive exponents, right? So you ask yourself, how do we get this negative 5 to become a positive exponent? How do we get rid of the positive of the negative exponent, right? So what we do is we just we just do a reciprocal, right? So bring this to the bottom, and then what goes on the top? 1, right? Because this was originally 2 to the negative 5 over 1, but you do the reciprocal, and then that'll actually, erase that, and then that'll be the answer. So 2 to the 5th, right there, right? So let's do number 2, okay? Let me scroll down just a bit. Okay, so number 2, we have a multiplication, right? So we have 4 to the 3rd, okay, times 4 to the 4th, okay? Now, so this is multiplication, right? So division, with the same exponent with the same base different and exponents, we subtract, right? So multiplication, we're gonna add. So keep that same base, then we just add the exponents. 3 plus 4, 7. Positive exponent, we're done, right? Number 3. All right, and please put in the comments if you have any, if I need going too fast or anything. So number 3, we're gonna have 3y to the negative 3 times 2x squared y to the 0, okay, equals, all right? So for this one, it'll be probably easier to simplify first, right? So anything to the 0 power is what? That's right, 1. So that turns into 1 immediately, right? So then next, all we have to do is combine like terms, okay? 3 times 2, 6. Is there a y on the other side? No, because we got rid of it. So we keep the y to the negative 3, okay? And then keep the x squared, all right? Now, what is wrong with this? Scroll back up, says only positive exponents, right? So we do what we did in number 1. Keep everything positive up top, right? And then we keep that reciprocal, bring it to the bottom, y to the 3rd. And then that 1 is already up top, really, because if you multiply all of this by 1, you're going to get 6x squared anyway. So you're pretty much done, right? All right, any questions? Good. All right, number 4. All right, so number 4, scroll down just a little bit. All right, so number 4, we have 3VU squared times 4V to the negative 4, all right? Same thing as number 3, right? So we're going to combine our like terms, right? So 3VU, so we got 3. So we're going to combine our whole numbers first, 3 and 4. 3 times 4, right? Because we're going to do the middle sign, which is a multiplication. 12, right? V and V. So V to the 1. So V to the 1 plus, because it's multiplication, -4, which is correct. So 1 plus -4, V to the -3, right? And then we have a U squared times no U on that side. So we just bring down the U squared, right? What's the problem? We have that -3 up there, right? So 12U squared, bring that -3 to the bottom. Only positive answers in our only positive exponents, right? And we're done, right? Makes sense? Good. All right, ooh, too much. Whoa, chill out, bros. Number 5. All right, feel free to take a water break at any moment. Uh, we got 4U -2 V to the third times -1. Well, to the -1 power. All right. So what we're gonna do is so this basically means we're doing so this a couple ways you could do it. I'll do it a long way just to kind of be more instructional. But so what we're gonna do, so what one way you could do it is you could just distribute it to each number, right? So this exponent is a part of each term within the parentheses, right? And so 4 to the -1, then it's U to the -2 times -1, right? And then V to the third power times -1 as well. So we distribute that exponent to each term within the parentheses. 4 to the -1 is going to, so that will go to the, and then let's create a fraction bar so we'll know what's on top and what's on the bottom. That 4 to the -1 is going to be 4 to the 1 on the bottom, which is just 4, right? U to the -2 times -1. -2 times -1, 2, right? Good job. U squared. V to the third times -1, right? 3 times -1 is -3, right? So should that 3 go on the, so we're just gonna do, we're just gonna, for instructional purposes, put it at the top, right? Now, scroll back up again. Only positive exponents. Only positive exponents. So what we're gonna do, equal sign. How do we get that negative exponent out of there? U squared all over 4, because 4 to the first power is 4, V to the third, right? And then it becomes the reciprocal, 1 over V to the third, right? Make sense? All right, good. We got 3 more problems, all right? And then we're out of here. Okay, so we got number 6, okay? So we've got 4x to the 0 power, y to the third, all to the -4, right? Same thing, right? We're going to distribute this exponent to each term within the parentheses, right? So let's start with 4. 4 to the -4, right? X to, then we're going to do x to the 0 times -4, right? We're going to do y to the third times -4, right? All right. So we do this. 4 to the -4. So we're going to start our fraction bar. 4 to the -4. So let's do that. So we're going to put that on the bottom, right? And then we're going to do x to the, so the x to the 0 times 4. 0 times -4. 0 times -4. Anything times 0. 0, right? So x to the 0, right? And then y to the third times -4. 3 times -4. Y to the -12, right? Good. And then x to the 0, that's anything to the 0 power is 1. No matter if it's a x, a b, a 1, or 2, or 3, it's always going to be 1, okay? And then we get rid of that. So then, well, I'll bring it over for instruction. So y to the negative 12, okay? 4 to the fourth power. So 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. 64 times 4, we'll do 6, 1, 256, okay? So 256. So y to the negative 12 over 256. Is this our final answer? Type it in the comment. Perfect. No, right? So what we have to do on the bottom, bring that negative 12 to make it a positive 12 on the bottom, 256. All right. And what do we put up atop? Not a zero, no, but a one. Right? So 256 y, so 1 over y to the 12th, 256, or you can just do y 1 over 256 y to the 12th. Okay? Final answer. All right. Great job. You're doing great. All right. And then let's do number, we got two more. So we've got number 7. All right. We got 2 to the negative 1 raised to the fourth power. All right. To the fourth power. Yikes. All right. Same thing. We just distribute that 4 to the exponent. 2. So then that's going to be 2 to the negative 4. Right. We can only have positive exponents. So 1 over 2 to the fourth, which equals 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8 times 2, 16. 1 over 16. All right. Good. Okay. Perfect. All right. Ain't got no space. Oh Lord. Apologies for the joke. Uh, let's get out of the way. Get all of this out the way. All right. One more question. So let's do 8. All right. 8. No, it's not too bad, right? So 4 to the negative 2. Okay. So I'll give you a little minute to solve it. All right, that's enough time. Okay, perfect. All right, so 4 to negative 2. How do we, like we've done the previous 7 problems, how do we get rid of that negative exponent? We're going to find the reciprocal, because the reciprocal, this is over 1, the reciprocal, 4, and then we change the sign of that number for 1 over 4 squared. Simplify that 4 squared, 1 over 16. So this video, we just practiced dividing and multiplying exponents with the same base, but then also different bases. So these problems give you good practice. These are mostly topics you see in Algebra 1, but any other questions you may have, you can leave them in the comments, or any other special cases that you may want to solve, you can leave them in the comments. My email will be below of any consultations needed or any questions you have for your child or even yourself. And we do all levels of math, K through 12, GED, SAT, ACT. So anything you need, any math needs you may have, just let me know. All right, happy to help. Have a good one.